Close the job. I send this link out. Then we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's test. Give me 1 second, y'all. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? In a couple positions right now. We're going to break down the chart yesterday, break down how yesterday went. And of course, we're going to be going over what we can see today. And of course, what type of setups we can look for right now. And a lot of moves happened last night. So again, we saw another example why I talk about, and what I mean when I talk about there's, opportunities everywhere, no matter what the session. Last night during Tokyo session, a bunch of charts went crazy. We had a couple news events. And by a couple news events, I mean we had that New Zealand news right before market close, and then we had Australian news at 7:30. JPY pairs, New Zealand pairs, Australian pairs, everything tanked yesterday. So we're going to be breaking all that stuff down, and we're going to be looking for some more setups for right now. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Let me try to fix this mic a little bit, though. Test. That sounds better. Yeah, I like it too. What's going on, Lady Crypto? How you doing? What's going on, Relaxing Sounds? How y'all doing? So we're looking for some more setups right now, but I got to update a lot of my charts as well. Not just because it's Thursday, but we had huge moves happen yesterday and last night. So that's what I'm working on right now. Called this EA position yesterday. I can pull that up in a second. Well, I can pull that right now. So we went live during FOMC yesterday. And then last night, I was saying right here, 7:42. This was right after the Australian news event. I said we're going to be looking for possible JPY, New Zealand, and AED sales. And sure enough, literally that next hour, everything did exactly that. JPY pairs tanked, New Zealand pairs tanked, AED pairs tanked. And I don't want to show the EA signal because we're still in it. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. But then you can see the TP's getting hit, all that good stuff. So it's been a crazy month so far, crazy month. I need some new pairs to study because XAUUSD be stressing me out. So that's the beautiful thing about what I talk about over here. What I teach isn't just well, I teach you how to read the charts, market flow, and you can see we can flip through a bunch of different charts. Like we're on SPX right now. We can pull up gold. We can pull up GJ. We can pull up EN. We can pull up EN. This is how you read the chart. So if you can read one chart, you can read any chart. So that's why I always tell the members and students. This is a person why I always tell the members and students to look at four different pairs because you have four pairs you look at, four pairs you really know, right? Of course, you'll be able to switch and look at more than four pairs, but if you have four pairs that you like, you look at every single day. There's going to be pairs every now and then that don't have good setups for the day or the week. So that's why you want to switch and look at all the pairs you like, all the pairs you have on your list, and then from there compare which ones have the cleanest looking setups trend wise, and then focus on looking at setups for those pairs. Right. So that's what you'll see me do every day during these live streams. I flip through a bunch of charts. I'm like, okay, I don't like how this one's looking. I don't like how this one's looking. This one's not had a good position. All right. These are the ones that are the closest ones to positions. So we're going to stare and watch this chart, right? And that's what we do every single day. And then with gold, we can talk about gold in a little bit as well. But no, not really. We'll talk about that in a second. And critical, because you definitely don't want to think that way because we have one side there. We talked about that. And he was in the live yesterday as well. He was in yesterday's live, right? With the members. I feel like he was in there. But if he wasn't, we should have watched that. But you shouldn't think that way because if you watch yesterday's live and members as well, if he was in yesterday's live when we went live at FOC, we broke down a lot of ourselves to going over market flow and market structure. So make sure to watch yesterday's live stream, members and those in the course channel. But those that aren't members, I still got y'all. I got a bunch of videos on my channel showing you exactly how to do what I'm talking about. So let me drop a couple in the chat right now. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts. Drop in the chat. I'm in a couple positions right now. I got to update some of my levels. Like I said earlier, a lot of huge moves happened last night, so I got to update some levels. So you're gonna see some magic trick. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. Ooh, want to look at any charts? Drop them in the chat. All right, those that was in yesterday's live during London session. A lot of the stuff we went over when as projected before the news, as well as a lot of stuff when as projected long term throughout this entire week in the Sunday chart analysis. So even though today is Thursday and tomorrow is Friday, if y'all haven't watched it or if y'all just found me today on YouTube or last night, make sure to go ahead and check that out. Hit that first link in the description and check that out. Just watch and look at what the charts look like at the beginning of the week versus what they look like now. Everything when that's projected, as far as the entire week, besides yesterday, gold and GU started to do their own thing yesterday. By do their own thing, I mean they rejected those levels. Went over that with the members yesterday. We can go over it again as well on here. But make sure that first link in the description is on the free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check that out for yourself. So yesterday I called one signal out. Took a few of my own, but I only called one signal. I called a GU sell. TP2 got hit, got 20 pips. So we're 5-0 for the week. We're 6-0 for the week now because of last night. We're 5-0, well 6-0 as far as the signal is concerned. 5-0 yesterday. The day before that, we went 1-0. We took this EN sell that we called the day before. Then we took that gold sell. TP2 got hit, got 200 pips, caught 59 pips on the EN sell, got 259 pips. Every trade posted has the personal entry, the date, time the trade was entered, SL, TPs, how people view the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit, screenshots, positions, all that good stuff, signals, student results, testimonials. You can check all that stuff out. And then as far as how, well, that's how we did. Yeah, that's how we did this week. Last week we went 5-0, cost 793 pips. And then the week before that we went 9-0. So we're on a huge win streak right now. I don't know how many wins in a row it's been. Haven't tallied that up. But this is how we did last month. Last month we went 22-1, gives us a 96% win rate. Caught 58,068 pips, 57,798 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. And then if you scroll to November 1st, you'll see how we did October. We went 32-5, gave us an 86% win rate. Got 157,608 pips, 125,674 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. So that's how we're doing so far this quarter. If you scroll to October 8th, you can see how we did last quarter. But we'll go over that stuff in a little bit. We got a new 15 about to pop up, so I want to look at these charts and see what's about to go down in a second. I actually want to pull up GU as well. So I'm going to get rid of this one. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. But we're going to go over gold in a second as well, because I know a lot of y'all like gold. I like gold too. All right, cool. So gold, like I was talking about yesterday, we was bearish. So we're going to look for sells. But like I always talk about, you don't just enter sells or buys once price hits a level. You want to wait for those confirmations. So you watch yesterday's stream, or you watch the Sunday chart analysis, or members you watch in the New York price watch list that drop every day for y'all. Y'all always will hear me say if price can hold this level, not just break, but if it can break and hold this level as support, break and hold this level as resistance. So when price hit this key price level here, it caused that rejection, and then it didn't really necessarily retest this level. It kind of chilled and consolidated here until what? Until the news popped off. 1400, that's 2 o'clock EST. And then we look at yesterday, we in fact did have news at 2 o'clock and 2:30 for the USD pairs. So again, price consolidated, so it didn't really necessarily retest. So it blew through that level and shot back up and rejected it. After the news event, we had another news event at 2:30. This was the 2:30 candlestick. Price continued to push up, so rejected that level. So since price rejected and failed to hold those levels as resistance, now what do we see here? We see a low, lower high, lower low. Then we see a high. It's not a lower high, right? So now we want to wait to see how price is about to react to this level here at 2042, 2044. Now, if it can break this level and trade as support, we could see some possible buys going to 2060. All right, and then GU basically did the same thing. Like I said, members, we went super in detail, breaking all this stuff down. This is kind of just a short version because there's a live stream we got lots to look at. But members, watch yesterday's live stream. We went super in detail, breaking all that stuff down. GU, same thing. Failed to hold this level from a support to resistance, which is required for the downtrend to continue. Because again, you just sells off resistance, buys off support. So we look here. We see this uptrend, clear higher highs getting made. price failed to make a higher high here, which caused a rejection and short reversal. But for the downtrend to have continued, it would have to have broken this level and treated as a resistance, like we see right here. We can clearly see that price failed to do so for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Right? So since price did that, it shot back up. So same thing like with gold. We're right at this key price level here. So price can break this level at around 2640, 2650 and hold that support. And especially if it can break past the higher high to the left, we can see the uptrend come back into play. So we're just going to watch and see how price reacts to those levels. But as far as those two charts, everything else went as projected. SPX been flying all week, clearly flew yesterday as well. Push to the upside. Indices, NAS, US30, they all did the same thing as well. And then, of course, the currency pairs ended up all tanking as projected as well. And again, like I said in the free Telegram, I just dropped I got to update these levels as well. I just dropped a video yesterday breaking down again how to go about trading news and how to project what price is most likely going to do on a news day, before news starts, days before the news event, and without even watching the news. Because again, for those that don't know, I don't watch the news. I don't even know what the reports are about. I don't even know who's speaking. All that I really care about is what time the news is popping off. So if you haven't watched or checked that video out, I'm going to drop that in the chat. Make sure to watch that and check that out. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Everybody looking to see if there's any potential setups right now. Because price kind of started to retrace a little bit from last night. But again, like I always say, there's no magic time frame, there's no magic session. Every pair moves better or worse depending on the session. But there are some pairs that move good through all sessions. But if the markets are open, there's opportunities. You just got to know what you're looking at, what you're looking for. And yesterday, as well as, you know, every week is a clear example of that. But yesterday was definitely a good example of that. Or last night, I should say, depending on what part of the world you're in. Let me put these charts so that I actually want to look at real quick. So these charts did these huge moves last night. And again, we've seen this happen before. For those that have been watching me for at least the past couple of weeks, we saw something similar like this happen last week. But before we get in breaking that down, let me catch to this chat because I do see y'all's comments. I got y'all. Let me see what's going on. What's going on, David? I see you in here. Yeah, that's really what it is. And again, the psychological aspect, I talk about it all the time. I talked about it in my recent post I dropped last night as well on Instagram and TikTok. By the way, following y'all screen, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. But when you, again, watch this video that I dropped, and I linked this in almost every YouTube video as well as almost every live stream. And again, this is trading. I was talking to one of the members about this the other day during the one-on-one session. Trading is one of those things, because me, like, I'm great at winging it. I'm naturally good at certain things. I can do stuff without putting a lot of like in school. And if there's only a few things where I actually have like practice and rehearse, like, you know, when I used to play instruments or sports for the most part, but like we're talking about like classwork, tests, I never really studied for that stuff. You know, I just was able to listen or pay attention to class. I never took notes. I never, you know, study or review stuff. I just, whatever I retained in class was enough for me to pass my classes, you know what I'm saying? Get B's, A's, all that good stuff. C's are cool too. Well, you know what I'm saying? Well, with trading, I could never just watch something or try something once and it would click. You have this repetition, right? Just like a lot of other things in life, it's repetition. So it's literally just, like I always say, an hour a day. put an hour there. Everybody's got at least 4 to 6 hours of free time a day. I don't care what your life's like. Everybody's got at least 4 to 6 hours free time a day. I used to work 2 jobs, 6 days a week, and I still had plenty of time to go on the charts to practice, watch videos, back test, all that good stuff. So it's literally up to you. It's a you thing at this point. So you put in the work every single day. The more you're on the charts, the easier it's going to be every single day to understand what you're looking at. And that's the biggest thing with the psychological point, right? A lot of people have these emotions or be stressed in trades because, one, the main thing is the charts, right? I break down trading into 3 steps. The first part's the charts. You got to understand how to read the charts because, again, we make money and lose money based on what the charts do. So it's super important, if not the most important thing when it comes to trading, to have a full understanding of how to read the charts, not just a pattern to identify to know when to enter a trade, but you got to understand what's going on at all times. Like when I'm in the trade, I understand what's going on at all times. That's when I'm in profit and drawdown. I understand what's going on at all times, and that's what y'all need to be able to do as well, right? Because when you understand how to read the charts, when you're in a trade, you're not going to be stressed because you understand what's going on, right? Then comes the second part, the trading plan, right? Part 2 is the trading plan. You got to have a daily goal. You got to have a weekly goal. You got to have a monthly goal. You got to know how many trades you're taking per day. You got to know what type of charts you're looking at. You got to know what session you're trading. You got to know what type of setups. You got to know what type of risk reward you're looking for. You got to know how much you're risking per trade. If you don't know any of the stuff I listed or all the stuff I listed, that's another problem. A lot of y'all just wing it in the markets. You gotta come in here with a purpose. You gotta come in here with a mission. You gotta come in here with a plan. You can't just come in here just like, oh, let's just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta come in here with a purpose. Then the third part is simple math. You gotta understand how to count pips, calculate lot size. You gotta understand risk reward. So when you have a full understanding of all 3 of those things, then all that stress, that psychological stuff's out the window. Like literally every single day, I'm not stressed. That's why I'm in trades, not in trades, drawdown, lost a trade, won a trade. I don't care. Obviously, I care that I'm making bread, but as far as I lose a trade, I don't care. It doesn't even faze me. I'm just like, oh, okay. Why? Because I understand what's going on, right? Like I just made a video yesterday. I dropped a video yesterday on Instagram and TikTok talking about whether you win a trade or lose a trade, you got to understand what went down, why that happened, why it didn't happen, right? So, and then on top of that, that goes back into the trading plan and also number 3. If I'm risking the same amount every single trade, I got a good risk reward setup. Even if I lose a trade, all it takes is me to win the next trade to cancel out that one loss, right? And I got a bunch of videos going over and breaking that stuff down as well. So I'm about to drop a few videos breaking that stuff down that I just listed in the chat. Because you know what I'm saying? I don't just talk over here. I got y'all. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at the charts, drop them in the chat. Want me to look at any charts, I should say, drop them in the chat. But where's this other video? I just brain farted. Who's the other videos about to drop? Oh, yeah. I got y'all. There it is. Video. This video will help you as well, but that's not the video I'm looking for. Make sure to hit that like button. We'll hop in here too. If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're almost at 2K subscribers. We don't just live stream every day, but you already know we post weekly content. Go ahead and go to the community tab while you're at it and put your vote down for that poll. All right, that's either going to be Friday or Saturday's video because I got another video I want to drop before I do that. But I do got y'all. That is going to be one of the videos on my list. Where is... You know, I forgot. I can just search the video. I'm over here trying to scroll and find it. All right, there we go. All right, I just have some stuff beat. So let's look at the charts real quick. I'm going to cut it to the chat in a second, but I just want to make sure we're not missing any setups. All right, so we got a lot of charts we're tracing right now. Again, so this is what we was just talking about. So this kind of goes hand in hand, right? So Before price rejected, this was a huge candlestick, right? This is a huge candlestick. So I'm about to put y'all on game right now. Now, if you've been watching me for at least 2 weeks, if not longer, you heard me say this before. So we gotta understand what we're doing here. So we're in London session. There was Tokyo session, London session, New York session. There's also, Australian session, depending on who you ask. So there's 4 to 3 sessions, right? So London session literally just started 40 minutes ago. So price already just did this huge move in essentially just one session. New York session is not even close to coming around the corner yet. And then when we look to the left, we look at all these other candlesticks. This is the daily time frame. So this is how the candlestick ended for the day. So price is already basically the same size, right? So when we move this, it was already basically the same size as a full candlestick after the day is over. That's Tokyo, London, and New York session. This should tell you a couple things. That price is going to do one, what it's doing right now, which is retracing. Because, okay, so if price already is doing this, right, this is where you got to think about it. That's basically the size of, a pretty big candlestick on the daily time frame. So it's already that size throughout one session, not 2 sessions. Price is either going to become an abnormally large candlestick like we saw on GJ the other day, right? So we're either going to see a normally large candlestick like GJ this day. By the way, we didn't catch the GJ sell during this, but we caught the EJ sell during that, right? So if price is already that large, we're either going to see what happened with EJ and GJ that day, right? Or we're going to see what's happening right now with GN. We're going to see price retrace, and then it might just consolidate and chill here this entire session, and then try to do a move again during New York. Or it could do a move right now and then during New York consolidate. But that's just an extra tip for y'all. So if you already see a huge candlestick and it's the beginning of the day, it's most likely you're going to retrace, so it's going to consolidate for a little bit, which is what we kind of see happening right now. Even with EA, right? EA just rejected back up, by the way. Did this huge dump. Right? This was during the news event during New York session. This was last night during Tokyo session. So we look at EA. Another huge candlestick. What happened? Hit a key price level, retracing back up, right? Consolidated a little bit, now it's retracing back up. So that's just an extra tip. But let me see gold rejecting that level. I gotta update my SPX, my gold, my NAS levels, but I got SPX right here. Just make sure we're not missing any setups. Let's see what's going down. I got my alerts on though. We got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit as well, so we're gonna see what that next 15 looks like. Yeah, that's literally what we see some consolidation happening right now. It's going to be interesting because we're still going to talk about what the game plan for today is going to be as far as these charts, but we can see huge moves happen last night. Let me catch to the chat. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. Those are just joining the stream. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. It's been a while for me because I've been super sick. Hope you're feeling better. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to have a healthy amount of fruits in your diet. Because fruit, you can sleep on fruit, man. Fruit definitely helps with that. And then the immune system also helps you hydrate more than just drinking water. Another fun fact: if you're trying to get hydrated, eat fruit over water. Well, eat fruit over drinking water. I am stuck in gold at 2018, 2025, 2030. What should I do now? Short sell. So, are you saying you're in 3 different positions? What are you saying? You gotta be a little bit more specific. I got into a GA short this morning. Awesome trade. That's what's up. That's what I like to see. What's going on, John? I see you in here. Once you have hit your first TP, do you move the other TP to break even? I don't move SL to break even. I move my SL on profit. But as far as the TPs, that's again, every trade is different. There's a few things you can do and a few possible outcomes every trade is going to do, every chart is going to do, but every trade is different, right? So again, it goes back to understanding to read the charts. The more you're able to read the charts, the more you're going to be able to tell, okay, is price just retracing, or is price going to try to break this level, or is this where I should move my stop loss, or should I just close the trade and get out, right? But as far as how the TPs work, like the disclaimer I post in the free signal room before I post the first free signal of the day in the channel, that is the free channel. When a TP gets hit, either reject or break through. Where is that at? Right here. So when a TP is hit or reject or break through, just keep it on your charts. So that's why I always do my best to let y'all know as soon as a TP gets hit. And EA, not sure you remember. I want to say you remember, but just like an EA last night, that happened multiple times. We hit TP1, rejected, hit TP2, TP3, rejected, then broke through. So again, this also goes back to this video right here. And I got another video for y'all that's going to help y'all out with this as well. This show's talking about. The price is doing exactly what we're talking about. Is retracing, consolidating right now. We got a new hour about to start. We'll see what happens these next couple of hours. But we do got a bunch of news events popping off as well. So probably it's going to do that until those news events. We have a bunch of news. Don't really care about Swiss franc. Well, y'all trade Swiss franc pairs. There's news popping off. And about what you call it, like 12 minutes for Swiss franc pairs. And at 7 a.m. we got GBP news. 8:15 we got Euro news. 8:30 we got USD news. 15 minutes after that we got Euro news. So we got a bunch of news popping off today as well. Luckily though, I don't really like to use that word, but luckily though, fortunately is a better word. It's all at the beginning of New York session. So we'll still have all of New York to look for setups, if the volume and the confirmations and stuff's there. But as of right now, a lot of stuff is kind of consolidating and chilling. Again, they did huge moves last night. They're just doing retracements. Retracements are part of the game. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. What platform do I use to trade? I use MT4, MT5. This is TradingView though. I use TradingView to do all my markups and chart analysis, but I enter my positions on MT4, MT5. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it on the bottom of y'all screen scrolling. Instagram's playmaker_way. TikTok's _playmaker_way_. Post daily on both pages. If you want to contact me directly, you can also DM me on Instagram. All right. You can also DM me on Instagram. Y'all know how YouTube works. Go ahead and explore the channel. We don't just live stream over here. We post a bunch of content. We get a lot of questions, and just like the questions in the chat, a lot of the stuff y'all asking, I got videos for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So explore the channel. I guarantee there's a title that's going to pique your interest, a video that's going to pique your interest, or if not, help you out at the same time. Got tons of content. Post weekly videos. Posted like 3 videos earlier this week. Got a few more for y'all later on this week. And of course, I got the video. Well, I don't got it yet, but I'm going to make that video for y'all. I don't even know who's winning the poll right now. So go to the community tab and vote. I don't even know which one's in the lead. I haven't looked at it since I dropped it on Monday, Tuesday. This week's kind of been flying as well. But let me catch it to the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, and yeah, that's not entirely your mistake. because there is information out there that tells people to do a bunch of dumb stuff like that, but that's not how you make money. The way you make money when you take a position is based off the risk to reward. Again, I have a few videos. Like I've literally have I've shown this before, especially when I used to do all the TikTok lives back in the day. I've literally have tripled accounts, doubled accounts in a less than a week. I obviously have doubled accounts multiple times in 2 weeks to a month, and that's without over leveraging, and that's with risking a single out of every single trade. Right? And I got a video showing you how to do that as well. And that's how you get messed up. You don't want to over leverage to make money. You want to risk the same amount and go for greater risk rewards. The risk reward is how you're going to make the money. Oh, but I got to check out this video. Yeah, so we got all these charts for tracing right now. Not too much of a shock. Yeah, so make sure to check that video I just dropped in the chat. So 3 positions in gold, now holding with a loss. Should I book the loss or what should I do? So that's what you're talking about. So now we got to talk about some things. You're saying now holding with a loss. Did you not have a stop loss? Because there's no holding with a loss. Either stop loss or take profit gets hit. And I went over gold while you was in here, unless you left as soon as I went over it. I'll go over it again for you, but I literally went over it for you. So I don't know if you missed me going over it. But again, I need more information. There's a lot of stuff you did wrong right here. One, you have 3 positions, they're all in drawdown. That's an issue. 2, you're saying you're holding with a loss. You need to have a stop loss and a take profit. So if your stop loss got hit, you should have closed the trade. Let me see something real quick. GU yesterday tournament that I saw the T2 hit because of news to protect my position in the future. Wanted to know if it was best to move SL. So again, you have to watch the charts. In that video I dropped yesterday, I have a bunch of videos going on how to trade news. And okay, so you're a member. So now I got a few questions for you, John. How long have you been a member? And have you watched? Well, first, let me know how long you've been a member. If you've been a member for longer than 2 weeks, have you watched or been in any of the New York live streams? Because we literally go live during news events with the members. And during those news events, I go over not just what the news is doing, but how to go about trading news. But then I also dropped a video yesterday going over how to trade news and what to expect during news events and news days. All right. So I'm about to drop that in the chat as well. Okay, so you've been a member for a couple of weeks. So again, you got to watch the content. You can't expect things to click without watching it. Again, I post all that information in there, not because I'm bored or because I want to make small talk. Everything I post is important, even in the free Telegram. I don't spam in the free Telegram. I only do reports, updates, and signals, right? Everything I post is for a reason and to help y'all out. All right. Everything I post, even in the free channel, but especially in the advanced play signal room. So you gotta watch those lives. I'm still gonna answer your question again, but even with GU, I let y'all know like an hour before we had news to let you know, we got news coming up soon. You know what I'm saying? Like with the GU position, I gave you an update, right? So when we took that GU position, I gave you an update. I was like, New Zealand pair still going as projected. GU struggling, GU hugging the daily level. And I also let y'all know during the New York price washes that we got news and all that stuff, right? So I also let y'all know what's going on during the news event and stuff. So when there's a news event, I don't know what goes down with news events. 8 times out of 10, what happens when there's a news event? We're going to see some volatility in the markets. We're going to see some crazy stuff like we saw yesterday. We're going to see some crazy stuff like we saw yesterday. We're going to see some crazy stuff like we saw, what's another good example? Last night. Not on this, but on, what was it? Like GM. We're going to see some crazy stuff like last night. We're going to see huge candlesticks making big moves. Now, when we follow the flow of price, 9 times out of 10, those moves are going to go in our favor, like GN, like the indices, and stuff like that. But it doesn't always go in our favor because, again, like we talked about in the lives with the members, the news events and prices that the news is on, or the price is on during the news events, is on key levels where, depending on what price does, it's going to continue the trend or change the trend, right? If you look at GN, if you go to yesterday's live stream, GN was a green candlestick pushing up on this level. It was literally a green candlestick pushing up on this level yesterday. And what did I say in yesterday's live stream? I said we still have bearish momentum. That's what happened. Obviously, price tanked, right? But where price was at was right here. So we had consolidation. So where price was at during the news event, if it broke this level, we could have saw the reversal possibly come into play. But if it rejected and continued to hold that level, we will see the continuation and the big move happen. Same thing with GU. And again, I went over this. Let me grab my charger really quick. Give me 1 second. And I went over this in yesterday's live with GU, NAD, and a bunch of other charts as well. So I'm not going to go over all that other stuff because there's other questions and stuff. But make sure to watch yesterday's live as well as all the other lives, right? And you say you've been there a couple weeks, literally almost every weekend. Let's see if I did it this weekend. Trades, y'all. Nobody take these trades. These are old trades. But let me see if I said it last weekend. I said that on the 12th. I said you got to watch all this stuff. So you've been here a couple weeks. I literally said this the other day. You got to watch all this stuff, right? I literally said it like 2 days ago. But let me go to Friday. Again, these are old trades, y'all. Nobody take these setups. These are trades we took in the past. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So this was Friday, right? The 8th was Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up my calendar to make sure, because I'm terrible with dates. All right, so this was Friday. So damn near almost every Friday, I say, make sure to explore the channel, watch this week's as well as the past lives, and catch up to the new content I dropped on YouTube. Again, if you want to learn trading, you got to put the time in, and it's just repetition. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle at first, but like I said, the more and more time you put in, the easier it's going to become on a daily, day-by-day basis. Because again, it's just like driving a car, playing an instrument, just like blinking, just like breathing. Most of us here, hopefully, don't have to manually blink or breathe or think about every blink or breath we take. Oh, should I breathe now? Should I exhale now? Or when you're walking, did I take it too wide of a step? Like, it's natural, right? Why? Because we do it every single day, right? It's muscle memory. It's just like we're trading. So the more you're on the charts, the easier it's going to become. But you gotta watch the content, especially with the members, because I put all the stuff right there for y'all. So, but yeah, I went over GU in the live stream yesterday, so make sure to watch that live from yesterday. So let me see if Cool Paper responded so we can help Cool Paper out. Stop loss at 2045. So let me scroll back up to say what your positions were. So you said you took, where's your comment at? Did you delete your comment or did I just scroll? Here it is. So you had a trade at 2018, 2025, and 2030. So now I'm going to ask you a question. Was your first position 2030 or was your first position 2018? Which one was your first position, 2018 or 2030? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I know that's how a lot of traders say stuff, but that's not how it works. It's not. Is it still a sell? Is it a buy? Is it bearish momentum? Or are we in a downtrend or an uptrend? Yes, where set where prices where we can look for entries at. Those are the questions you got to ask. Because you start asking questions like that, you're going to start thinking, okay, that means enter now or enter here. And that's why a lot of y'all be having bad entries because y'all just, yeah, it's all about words are very powerful. The vocabulary you use is going to affect not just your reality, but how you perceive things and how you go about your day, right? So the words you use are very important. So that's not a good way to ask it. Let me know if you remember, because you remember the SL and TPs are all in there. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to respond to me if you're still in here, paper. But while you're doing that, you took 3 positions and they're all very wide. So if your first position was 2030, because you haven't responded yet, so even if you respond, I will still help you out. But let's just assume your first position was 2030. Your first position was 2030 and it went all the way down to 2018 and you saw price start to retrace. You should have closed those positions, right? So let's actually go to yesterday. 2018. So if you was holding all the way from 2018, that means you was holding the stuff from Friday. So why would you watch price? You say you entered at 2018. You say you also had a position at 2030, which would have been right here. Yeah, so if you had all those positions, why would you let them all just disappear that way? You know what I'm saying? Like you saw price was consolidating. This was the first news event, and the price just continues to continue to push up. So at some point, you got to close a trade. What a lot of y'all do is y'all still worried about not wanting to lose money, but then y'all worrying about not wanting to lose money makes y'all lose money. Right? That's another reason why I don't do break even. I always, like if you look at any of my trades, when the final TP gets hit, what do I say? Let's go back into the free chat. Right, when the final TP gets hit, one second. We're gonna be on for a little bit while too. I'm gonna catch you to this chat and stuff. So, you got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we can charge, drop in the chat. But when the final TP is hit, always say move SL and profit or close. I never say move it to break even. I say move it in profit again. The words I use are specific. I choose them very wisely. The reason why you want to move it SL and profit versus break even is again, I'm here to make money. So I'm doing a break even. I'm not making money. So you had 3 positions, which were great positions, by the way. Why would you let all your money disappear? And another thing, a lot of y'all be knowing the answers to y'all's questions. You're asking me what to do or if you should close because in your head you at least thought at least 5 different times to close the trade. But now you're asking me for a second opinion to know, okay, if I say hold or close, that's going to give me more confidence to do so, which is no problem. But again, that's why I talked about earlier, right? If you had a daily goal, if you had a trading plan, this would not have happened. You would have closed those positions, right? So if you come in here with on a mission, to the mission, not trying to be greedy, and you also understand how to read the charts, you can avoid, letting winners turn to losers. Because again, a lot of reasons why y'all struggle is because y'all let winners turn to losers. You can't let winners turn to losers. You got to close the trade at some point. Got to close the trade at some point. All right. Yeah, I don't see a response, so I'm just gonna just leave it at that. But yeah, let me see here. I'm gonna learn copy a trade. Well, if you want to learn, you're in the right place. And as far as my trades and stuff, links are in the description for all that stuff. Right, links in the description for all that stuff. Explore the channel. Hit that first link on the free Signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month, last quarter. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and go back to last quarter where we left off. We went over how we did this week. We went over how we did last month. We went over how we did October. So now we're going to go over how we did last quarter because we just went over how we're doing this quarter so far. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit just to make my life a little bit easier. Give me 1 second. So you scroll to December 5th, you're going to see how we did November. November went 22-1, gives us a 96% win rate. October, we went 32-5, gives us an 86% win rate. And then if you scroll to October 8th, I want to say, that's fucking fantastic. All right, we're back going. All right, cool. If that does that again, I'll switch to my other Wi-Fi. There we go. All right, bam. So we scroll to October 8th, you'll see how we did last quarter. July we went 34-3. August we went 45-7. September we went 27-4. July we got 105,389 pips. August we got 219,708. In September we got 16,634 pips. In the quarter, 106 wins, 14 losses, giving us an 88% win rate. Catching total 341,731 pips. 323,385 strictly with the members in the advanced play seminar. And you watch like the last 3 minutes of like any of my videos on YouTube, it goes over all the details of advanced play seminar, one-on-one sessions, and all that good stuff. I'll make sure I'm not missing any comments. 22 first position. Wait. That's even worse. That's even worse. All right, so you just got to DM me, and because I can't. There's a lot of stuff you're doing wrong. I can't help you out in this session because I'm about to end this live in a second. So if you act, so this is why I'm gonna leave it out. So that's even worse. I was trying to give you the benefit of. Don't take this the wrong way. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I was assuming 2030 was your first position because you said to sell. So if you entered at 2018, yeah. That's just bad. So you got to close the trade at some point. You over there. You did what I used to do a lot when I first started trading. You just didn't hold. You just didn't want to let go of the loss. Again, you were so worried about not trying to make money that you ended up losing money. So I guarantee your first stop loss got hit, but you was like, okay, this is the next point. I'm looking for entry here. So you took another position. Then price kept on retracing. It hit the next key price level. So you took another position instead of again analyzing the charts, seeing what's going on. Right. So I just talked about this. It was either in yesterday's live with the members or on one of the one-on-one sessions earlier today. Well, not today, earlier this week. Right? You watch any of my trade breakdowns on YouTube, they all start off the same way. You want to identify the trend. You don't want to be biased. I don't care which direction or which way price goes. I don't care. I just want to know, and I only care about which way it's going so I know what to do and what the game plan is going to be. But I don't really care if it goes up or down. I don't care if it's bullish to bearish. I don't care. I just need to know what it's doing so I can know what the game plan needs to be. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I care about. So when your first stop loss got hit, you should just close the position. Because again, if you're not over leveraging, and you have a good risk reward setup, even if you lose a trade, all it takes is the next winning trade to cancel out that loss and still put you back in the game. So I would personally close because you have 3 positions, and I don't even know if you were over leveraged or not, but even if you put the smallest size, 3 positions deep in drawdown like that, I don't know what your account size is, but yeah, that's not too good. What's going on, y'all? All right, y'all. If you want to contact me directly, DM me on Instagram, _way. Y'all missed the live. I can rewind it. Make sure to watch my most recent video I just dropped yesterday. Members, you already know in a couple hours, I'm gonna drop the New York price watch list for y'all. What else we got going on? Let me drop this in the chat real quick. And again, we got a bunch of news popping up later today. So price could consolidate the rest of Tokyo session until those news events pop off. The first one's like around 7 o'clock. So don't be too shocked or surprised that price just kind of consolidates or chills for the next couple hours. All right, and just like we was talking about with GM, price did that huge dump during Tokyo session. Now what? It's retracing all the way back to the beginning of where it started off at the beginning of the day when the new candlestick formed, right? So now from here, price is either going to consolidate or chill, or it's going to redo the move again, during New York, during or after the news event. Right, so we're still going to look for sells, but we're just going to be waiting to see what price does, because again, we want to wait for those confirmations. We don't just enter positions just because price hits a level. We still got to wait to see if it can hold those levels as resistance in this case. And if it's buys, we want to wait to see if it can hold these levels as support, right? So that's what we're doing right here. We're not entering here just because price hit this level. We're waiting for it to break this level and treat it from resistance to support, right? And then looking at gold. You say you entered at 2030. 2030 was not held as a resistance. It was actually held as a support, right? So again, you don't want to just enter trades. You want to wait for confirmations because again, we do not control the markets. We do not control the markets. All that bulls versus bears, that's all BS. That's all BS. All those people, that's all nonsense. I hate when I see that stuff online. It's all nonsense. We do not control the price. There's literal rules of script. Price follows every single day, every single week, every single minute, every single candlestick. So what we want to do is figure out what price is going to do, not by trying to beat it to the chase, but by patiently waiting for price to show us what it's trying to do. Right, and that's what we do every single day with these positions. We never just jump in trades as soon as price touches a level. We always wait for confirmations, and by waiting a couple extra candlesticks for those confirmations, that's how we're able to have the win rates we have on a weekly, monthly basis, which is high 90. We're on a win streak right now. The reason we're on this win streak is because we're being very selective with our positions. We're not only being selective with our positions, but we're waiting for those extra confirmations. You know what I'm saying? My phone just crashed on me. I'm here trying to order me some food. Shout out to 24-hour restaurants too, because it's about to be 2 or 3 a.m. over here. And I gotta go grocery shopping. But your boy hungry right now. Shout out to 24-hour restaurants. Moving on. Well, New 15 just started, but I want to catch you to the chat before we hop off. So I'm going to be on for a couple more minutes. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm looking at the charts, drop them in the chat. Hey, let me know when you do. Let me know. You can either DM me on Telegram or Instagram. Let me know when you do. But yeah, once you do, make sure to explore the channel. All right, we just went live yesterday, so make sure to watch yesterday's live stream. What's today? Probably not gonna go live today. We're gonna go live. We'll go live tomorrow. We're not gonna go live today. We're gonna go live tomorrow though. But we went live yesterday in the news. So when you do join, make sure to explore the channel. And I got to be kind of careful. Well, stop loss already got hit on this trade, so it doesn't really matter. But make sure to explore the channel, watch the previous lives. Again, you got access to all the lives. There's over 500 videos, daily chart analysis, and weekly live streams. Just like the Sunday chart analysis I drop every Sunday, every week in the free Telegram. I do that every day for the members during New York session. I call it the New York Price Watch List. Tokyo sessions exclusively with the members. We trade all 3 sessions. But just because we trade all 3 sessions does not mean there's going to be opportunities every session or that we're actually going to be in trades every session. Because again, every signal I call is when I enter, and I have certain rules for the signals I post in the telegrams. But this was a trade we took last night during Tokyo session, for example. And then obviously, we trade London and New York session. So I go over trades taken during Tokyo, London session, and the possible sets going into New York. I don't just say we're looking for buys or we're looking for sells. I explain why we're looking for buys, why we're looking for sells, and I take it a step further and go over specific price points where we can look for entries and exits at. Then I give y'all updates throughout the day of what's going on, and I'll walk y'all through the trades we're in, all that good stuff. So a good example is this was earlier this week, right? Yeah, this was this week. Give you an update. NAS100 hit the top of the zone, go over hit the middle. US30 SPX. Members know what the zones mean. If you're a member, don't know what the zones mean, message me. I got y'all. Right, but like screenshots, let y'all know what's going on, like before and afters. So your screenshots, positions, update out through stuff. Let y'all know when we got news popping off, all that good stuff. And as far as receipts, I got receipts on my YouTube channel. For one, we live stream every day, and literally, the stuff's dated. So every day I predict damn near accurate every chart we look at, the direction it's going. But then also there's the Sunday chart analysis in the the free signal room, where we look at the Sunday chart analysis. Most of the charts when that's projected all this week, right? Same thing with last week. But then also we go to photos. So we're 1,000 photos of screenshots of positions I personally took, signals, student receipts, student results, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. So make sure to check that out. Explore. Like I said, you want to contact me directly, DM me on Instagram. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. You see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. And yeah, we see the retracement. So we might see some possible new moves. We're gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching the charts still. Might look for some more setups. But again, we do got some news popping off in a few hours. We got a Swiss franc news event popping off right now. And then at 7 o'clock, we got GBP news, if I'm not mistaken. Then at 8:15, we got Euro news. 30 minutes after that, we got USD news. Another 15, not 30 minutes, 15 minutes after that. And then 15 minutes after that, we got Euro news. We also got Canadian news during that time, but it's not a red folder. So we got a lot of stuff popping off today. So we're going to look out for that. So let me catch up to the chat, see what y'all talking about before we hop off. Let's see what this is looking like too. Yeah, I think we're traced all the way back, which is hilarious. Alrighty, about to see what we put. Better put all that on that. Another issue of mine, I'd be too quick to pull the trigger. No, I do not use any indicators. I do not use any indicators. Watch any of my live streams, watch any of my trade breakdowns. I don't use any indicators. This is all I use. I just read the charts and then I'll mark up my key price levels. Everything I do is based off what price is doing, the flow of price, and then I'll mark up key price levels to enter and exit trades off of. I don't use any indicators. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. See y'all tomorrow, same time, London session 3 a.m. EST. We out.